Do you think that lies are sometimes really necessary to keep a relationship going?
If well told. No, I think ultimately the only relationships worth having are based on truth, and I think we only get deeper into trouble the more we try to shade our versions of the truth. But the movie is about versions of the truth. It is about the different facets of who we are projecting. And even in the, I mean, I don't think either of these characters were evolved enough to see the bed that they'd made for themselves. But once they were in it, and this is an absurd satire.
What attracts you to the musical style of Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross? And whom would you choose when they are not available, and why?
What attracts me to them is that I think that there's a very common collaboration that happens between filmmakers and composers, which is almost like, I liken it to, buying music by the minute. And you cut your film, and the film is locked, and then you show it to the composer, and they have to tailor a garment to fit that exact thing. I think with Trent and Atticus, you would be doing yourself a disservice by asking them to just come in and write something that's 4 minutes and 12 seconds or 1 minute and 18 seconds. I think what they do is, part of the reason we gravitated toward Ghosts, which was what we tempt all of Social Network with, was because what they do is much more evocative than just music, than underscore. They're very much, they're like kind of world makers. You hear what they do and you're sort of transported to this other place. So I involve them as early as I can, and I have yet to do something that they were not available for. So, I'll keep my fingers crossed. I think Gillian has a very, very interesting kind of prurient interest in what people are at behind bedroom doors, or what's happening at the end of the cul-de-sac. She is interested in what other people are up to, and it's very, it's not unlike, Rear Window. It's just, she has that kind of, but I think she found a really interesting modern exploration of that by saying, okay, if this thing did happen, and this disappearance, which has far greater ramifications than just, a beautiful woman goes missing. If you put the relationship of a failed or failing relationship of two people in a marriage that's not working under the kind of intense scrutiny of the 24-hour cable news cycle, nothing can hold up. Literally, nothing can survive that. So it was under this sort of abject hopelessness of a character trying to regain control of the spin. And that's why we needed Ben Affleck, because he not only knows firsthand the absurdity of trying to swim against this tide, but also he has great wit about it. He knows what's funny about it. Having it now at a pretty healthy distance.